All right, what's up guys? How's it going? Welcome back to another video coming at you from the driver's seat of the van. Wrote out some notes here to go over in the video and just to give you guys some updates. So big things are happening, full-time job. We did our fingerprint clearance card yesterday, super easy. It was like 10 bucks. They just take your fingerprints. Funny enough, when I worked at the airport, they had the machine that takes your fingerprints digitally, like electronically. They use just regular ink here, which is fine, but he's like, yeah, that machine's expensive to get, and to maintain, like not only initially buying it, but security wise and encrypting the fingerprints and all that. So we did that yesterday, and then Article 9 training, which it's easy, pretty simple training, so nothing major there. So we're about to kick off some major van upgrades. So we're going to work on probably a cooking setup, in the back. We have the griddle, we have the propane stove, all that good stuff. So I just want to do a little bit more organizing, but it's coming along. That's how it's like trial by fire. You jump into it, and as you go along, you refine your approach, refine your focus, get 1% better each day, and that ends up being 38 times better per year. So that's a good start. Like, that's exponential growth. So yeah, the full-time job. So next few paychecks, we're going to start working on that stuff. The girlfriend also is working, full-time. Sometimes the hours are slightly less, but most of the time. And it just depends. We can pretty easily pick up shifts here. I'll most likely be doing overnights, but yeah, so solid plan there. As far as like the MPG, obviously we're driving a van here, but I don't think I had mentioned this before on the channel, but the lowest miles per gallon gas mileage was 3.5, which is pretty terrible, and that's just simply due to the fact that I was idling a lot for air conditioning. Yeah, because it's summer. Obviously in the wintertime we're gonna be chilling, literally. But we have a propane heater and stuff, Mr. Buddy, and of course you have a carbon monoxide detector. Always vent your windows a couple inches, an inch or two, and have airflow. And I always got my fan running. I'm gonna buy a second fan as well because this one's 5 volts, and I want to get a 12 or 18 volt. Some of the 18 volts run off of like power tool batteries, so there's that. But you can also buy like a misting fan for cooling as well, but this is mainly for airflow. But I was able to get my gas mileage up to 14.5 is the highest I've seen it on here, and that's due to being easy on the throttle. I think a lot of that was highway miles, but cutting out idling to almost zero. And obviously we can't do a whole lot to lighten the load in here because we do have enough for living full time on the road with van life. However, we might take the vehicle to a weigh station and get it checked out as far as making sure it's not overloaded, which it's not right now. I mean, this isn't, it's not overloaded or anything, but the brakes are fine, the handling, turning and all that. Other than that, yeah, I'm going to be documenting the whole process, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, we're just getting started here, obviously. As far as the other upgrades, and idling and stuff, again, we're going to be getting a generator, inverter, solar, a house battery, a DC to DC charger. Possibly not all those, obviously not all at once, probably, but like most of those we might most likely get. We'll get an AGM battery for the house battery, which is sealed, because obviously we're going to have to most likely, there is waste mounted on the outside of the vehicle. We're obviously going to get a cargo carrier, but for the house battery, we can just store that inside, and it'll be fine. I looked it up. A lot of people do it. It's a sealed battery. It's not like a flooded lead acid battery. Actually, on the previous video, when I was restarting my truck, because that battery was like over 3 years old, that had a flooded lead acid battery, and I just went with an AGM because it had a 4-year warranty as opposed to 3-year, and it was only like 20 bucks more, and again, 4-year warranty. So I'm not driving the truck pretty much at all right now. I took it for a spin when I was at my friend's house because I got it parked there, but we got some upgrades coming to the truck as well. Obviously the van is our full-time vehicle, but the truck, will be cool for, obviously I got the camper shell, fiberglass. I think it's like 250 pounds, something like that. But I want to create a pass-through, so I'm going to be removing the rear window on that. So I will showcase that as well. We'll probably wait till it cools off a bit, so probably October-ish. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, because I can always work at night and stuff. I got work lights, but remove the rear window, create a pass-through. Obviously, there's DIY ways to seal the camper shell to the cab so there's no water leaks, so we'll do that as well. And then I'm going to be installing a lift assist on the tailgate. Super cheap kit. Ford started installing those on their trucks in like 09, I think it was 09 or 2011, somewhere around there. It counterbalances the weight, so my 97 and the newer trucks, or at least 2011 time frame, have the same weight as far as the tailgate, slab of steel, but it counterbalances it. So I'm going to be installing that. It's basically like a lift support, like I have on the, when I lift the hood up, I don't have to have the thing to hold up the hood like I do on the van here. No big deal, but that's what it is. It'll make it feel like 50% lighter, especially if I'm going to be hopping in there to to go camping and stuff. Obviously, when you're pulling up the tailgate, it feels lighter. That's also, it's slamming down as well. We'll probably try to put like a smooth surface there on the inside of it. I have ideas for what I want to do as far as setting that up, but that'll be coming along here. So other than that, as far as the camper shell, and insulating it and making sure that's all squared away, converting the windows to wind doors. So mine don't go all the way, like the whole 6.5 feet, because if you guys have seen pictures on Instagram, you have the side one. This one has windows on top as well, which is cool, but there's the big window, and then the ones that I want to convert to wind doors, the longer ones. That way you can just, instead of, they're sliding windows right now, but that way you can just lift it up if you're throwing groceries in there, whatever. Another benefit of the pass-through is, no rear window, and I can always reinstall that, but I don't plan to, because I plan on having the camper shell there permanently. But the HVAC, you can get AC and heat back there as well, but most likely, that's a minor benefit, because I'm going to be using the Mr. Buddy heater if I camp in the cold or whatever. But other than that, I'll have more updates coming at you guys soon. The new mic is great here. Crisp, clear audio quality. Let me know what type of content you guys like to see in the future. Going to be busy with work. I do have the weekend off here, so that's kind of cool. Back at it Monday, but it's going well. Going to stay on the grind. I'm going to be getting in our workouts and stuff as well, and yeah, it's going good. So if you guys would like to help support the channel, I have Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe if you're new, and comment below. Check out my other videos. I have other van upgrades that I've already done. We've been doing van life for around, since December last year, really. And then again, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram. I have other videos as well. You can check out the truck. And yeah, that being said, I will see you guys in the next video, and keep on trucking, or should I say keep on vanning. Later.